What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Stinkle, and today we have the ball knowledge tier list. I asked my friends to put in a Google Doc things that they thought were ball knowledge. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it had to be like sports related. It could be about literally anything. And let me tell you, we got literally anything and everything on this. First, let's start off with what the tiers. We have S, which is elite ball knowledge. I think that kind of speaks for itself. It's like you bring this shit up and you're like, man, this guy just knows ball. Man, this guy knows ball. You know what I mean? You put the emphasis on that. Then we have A, which is considered ball knowledge. It's like, oh, okay, this guy knows ball. You got that lowercase b on it, though. That's what separates it from elite. It's like, okay, this guy, he can pull up to the function, but he's not elite. He doesn't have the nicheness, the elite nicheness of this. Then you have B tier, which is knower of ball. Like, you've proven that you know some stuff, but you don't got that nicheness in there. You don't got like that reference in there. You just pulled up something. It's like, okay, yeah, you can shoot the 2-pointer, but you can't shoot that 3 yet. Type B. And then C is just average knowledge. Like when you're pulling this out, people are gonna be like, okay, yeah, people know this obviously. Like you're not even shooting a 2. You're shooting a free throw at this point. Like you're not doing anything impressive. You're just getting that free point. Maybe you're getting a laugh. Maybe you're like, oh yeah. And then D is like under a rock knowledge. It's like you yourself are living under a rock to think that other people don't know about this thing. It's like, yes, of course everybody knows about this thing. You don't know ball, but you're trying to act like you do. You're pulling up something that could be considered ball to the right group, but most people would consider it not really ball knowledge. Then you have F, not a number. Just not ball knowledge. It's just this is a thing that people know. You pull this out, people would be like, yeah. You get that like blank stare for a second. Yeah. Type yeah. Then you have the I don't know tier for things that you just don't know. Like you're not a knower of this ball, so you can't fairly rank it S through F because you don't know the ball. Yeah, you can't shoot it if you don't know what it is, Anyways, with those guidelines I've understood now, let's get started. First off, we have Trove. And Trove is a game I played for like maybe like 20-ish minutes as a kid. But I got a good enough understanding of what the game is, and I've seen gameplay on YouTube and stuff. And it's a game kind of forgotten by the developers. I was actually surprised to even find out that it was on Switch. I can't believe that they even ported it. They just don't care about the game. But Trove was like a cool little experience. But I'm gonna put this in just average knowledge. It's like if you bring it up to the Trove diehard fans, I think they would put it A. I think they could put it S. But if you bring this up to most people, I think they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Trove was a free game that I downloaded on my Xbox or PlayStation." You know what I mean? It's not gonna be something that crazy to bring up. And then second, we have Caveman Films Minecraft and that series. I don't know. I don't know this. I didn't watch them. I don't know if this is ball or not. Somebody, whoever knows what this is, gonna have to, tell me what kind of ball this is. Ball they think it is, but I haven't seen it. I can't properly rate it. That would be unfair. Caveman Films Minecraft and that. Actually, on a personal level. Next, we have Unshelled Peanuts. Now, if you were watching the stream of me playing Big Walk with my friends, you know that Henry brought up Unshelled. And I put this on here because I thought in the moment that was some pretty interesting ball knowledge. Because when's the last time you ate an unshelled peanut? It might be never, or it might be at Five Guys. Remember at Five Guys, they just have the bags of peanuts, fucking pop them open, whoop, unshell it yourself. There, maybe eat the peanut. The almond of the milk.
Is they squeezing it out of the peanut?
And I think that this is just a knower of ball. Everybody eats the peanuts once they've been de-shelled. But how many of you even buy unshelled peanuts? But they're kind of a vibe, and that's just the way it is. You bring this up at a party, people will be like, yeah, he's a knower of some ball. Unshelled peanuts, knower of ball. Next, we have Mambo Magic, Masayoshi Takano. And this is going to be elite ball knowledge. You could put any song of Masayoshi Takano in elite ball knowledge. In fact, I think that this didn't need to be Mambo Magic off of his album Takanaka. I think this could have just been Masayoshi Takanaka himself, and it would still go in S, elite ball knowledge. You pull out a Takanaka song at any function, people are going to be grooving and moving and vibing and probably tripping on a little bit of acid. How fucking good this is. Tripping over their own words because they can't find the words to say how good that this is. Elite ball knowledge, if you know. Elite. He deserves more than 1 million monthly listeners. 1 million's a lot. He deserves every monthly listener in the world. I'm talking 8 point something billion. Damn. Next, we have light up sketchers. And whew, let me tell you, I have a little story. Light up sketchers. It was in the first or second grade. It was a concert at school. I don't remember what we were singing. I don't remember anything I sung at a concert. It's probably some stupid kid song that they just sang. And I had my light up sketchers on. I thought they were cool, right? It makes sneakers fun. Makes them cool. Makes them wow. You know what I mean? You're walking and each step, boom, you got lights. You're the show. You're the MVP, the main character of the story. Right? And anyways, I was walking up the hill to get to the ground. You know, each step lights coming on, and then I start hearing yelling, and I'm freaking out. Third and fourth and fifth and sixth graders that are up there playing on the playground because they don't know what the hell's coming. They just see lights, right? It's dark. It's nighttime. It was like 8 o'clock. Just lights going, scaring them. That's awesome. So, anyways, I'm gonna put this in ball knowledge. I mean, how many of you owned light up sketchers? How many of you wish you still had light up sketchers? I think that's why it should be in ball. TBH. Next, we have Foursquare. And it kind of in the same vibe as sketchers. Foursquare is the concrete battlefield. If you ever plays Foursquare, you know how real that shit got. It wasn't a game, it was real life. It was a war. You were no longer friends, you were competitors. And honestly, some people had really shitty homemade rules. I'm for homebrew rules and shit. I think it makes it fun. You know what I mean? Like a double tap. You know, add some skill to it. You know, maybe you missed. It allows you to get back in the game a little bit more than just one hit. You're done. Right? Double tap. But this one motherfucker, server, right? They get to come up with the homebrew rule. Was the rule that we had. They could only had one rule. It only persisted during their reign as server. And this motherfucker says that you can just grab the ball and throw it, which completely just bricks the whole fundamentals of the game. It's like what is the point? It's like saying that you can just travel in basketball. It just completely breaks everything down. Anyways, needless to say, we try to get him out as soon as possible. That was the dumbest fucking rule ever. But anyways, as good as Foursquare is, I think enough of us. I think enough of us have played Foursquare and understand Foursquare to be a great thing. But I think there's a surprising amount of people that don't know Foursquare. So because of that, I'm going to put Foursquare in nowhere of ball. It would be average knowledge. I would like to think that all of us cool, but that's just not the case. So it's got a little bit of that nicheness to it that allows you to put it in nowhere of ball, at least in mine. Next, you have Butterbean Jr. If you're on Reels or TikTok and you haven't seen Butterbean Jr., look him up right now. I'm going to put it right here. He's just awesome. And I love this guy. He's awesome. He knows karate and jujitsu and probably how to kick your ass. In more than one ways, and he scares me on a competitive level because I know that I couldn't compete with him. Oh my god, I shut my phone, and I know that I would lose everything if I would probably have to bet a lot against him. Bet against him, he seems like a gambler, and I think I would just lose everything. Anyways, I think that he's a nowhere of ball. I would almost want to put him ball in knowledge, but I think he's a little too niche to really be put in ball knowledge. Like slide up sketchers people know about. You can bring that up. Masayoshi Takanaka, I think transcends the nicheness that he has to be put in elite ball knowledge. But I think Butterbean underscore is a little too niche to put in A. But if you bring him up to somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, he knows ball. Next, we have watching anime through a shitty YouTube video. Because as a kid, You're stupid and you don't know how to pirate things. Maybe I didn't, and I'm gonna project that onto whoever's watching. And you look up a YouTube video like One Piece episode 1, and you'd be watching the YouTube video, and in the YouTube video there would be another TV that the person was actually watching it in, and the audio quality would be bad and the video quality would be bad, and it would just be an awful experience all around. To be completely honest, not great. And I think that's just average knowledge. I think everybody's tried this at one point or another, but I don't think it's something that you can bring up and people be like, "Ooh, he knows ball." It's something you bring up and people be like, "Oh yeah, I did that," but nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, this is ball and the ball is." Yeah, sure, you know ball, buddy, because you watched episode 1 of One Piece. Should you? Fuck you. You know a little bit of ball. Let's not get ahead of yourself. You don't know Masayoshi Yoshitani or Light Up Sketch or something. Next, we have watching Family Guy through or any sort of clips, right? And I'm instantly gonna put this in that, to be honest, because who hasn't done this? Who hasn't watched Family Guy clips through YouTube or through Instagram or through TikTok? I dare you right now. I dare. Don't. Do you realize? You realize something? If you go on TikTok or Instagram Reels right now, maybe even Facebook, even fucking Rednote, maybe even look through your fucking grandma's newspaper, see a Family Guy. You'll always find something. A fucking Snapchat spotlight. You will find Family Guy. I guarantee that shit. You're not a knower because you know about Family Guy clips. That's like the most popular thing on the internet, besides probably Grumpy. Some bullshit. Triple T. Next, we have the Atlantic Craft. This is like a YouTube group-ish. Like they would all post together, but I feel like he was the biggest Minecraft YouTuber from back in the day. You know what I mean? And he did a lot of crazy craft, Minecraft mod. He also had a really weird Who's Your Daddy series. If anybody remembers that, that might be even more ball knowledge than the channel itself. I don't know, but he was pretty chill, and I wouldn't say he's a goat of the Minecraft kind of sphere realm of that time. I think that would go to other people, but I think people would say you're a knower of ball if you brought this up. I would say it's not really average knowledge. I don't think a lot of he only had like 1-2 million subscribers. It's like people knew about him, but I don't think it goes into ball knowledge or ability. Next, we have 2020 wars. COVID just hit, right? You're in lockdown, stuck in your house. Maybe go outside and jerk off because there's nothing else to do, right? Fortnite's hitting, but it's not hitting as hard as it used to. And Modern Warfare in Modern Warfare 2019, kind of at its pinnacle, it's really bringing back Call of Duty as something that is real to you in real life. Feels like Call of Duty again, really. And then they release Warzone. It's like, oh, another battle royale, and at this point, battle royale out. Like everything's got a battle royale. Fucking Battlefield did it. We don't want that. But you play it and you realize this shit's peak. This shit is just peak. All the way to the mountaintops of fucking Everest. Right? It's just, oh my god, there's something great about this. And it's not F. It's not great. Well, Warzone is a very new thing in the grand scheme of the universe, probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's under a rock now, right? Because even though Warzone 2020 is good, not everybody played it then. A lot of people got into it during Cold War. A lot of people certainly were there during Warzone. I'm going to put average for now. And I think give it 2-3 more years, I think give it Nora Ball. Give it 5-6 more years, I think give it ball knowledge. For like 10 plus years, people are going to be watering at the mouth for 2020 Warzone to get another thing. People are going to be having wet dreams about how good 2020 Warzone was. But for right now, it's just average knowledge because a lot of people they know about it. Big Star and one of his biggest runs on Warzone. Next, we have Chapter 1, Season 5 of Fortnite, and Fortnite's had a lot of content and a lot of stuff. There's new skins coming out every week, new collabs, and Season 5, Chapter 1 of Fortnite is one of my favorite seasons ever. It's when they had, like these skins that changed when you did like challenges and got XP and shit for them, and it just felt like felt great. You know, the map was changing, like the desert there, with the rifts and shit. There was a whole mystery. Kevin the Cube was like, what's going on? You know what I mean, it was just awesome. It was an awesome time. Building was fun. People weren't too sweaty. You were still really like figuring it out. We had a lot of, team killing wasn't a thing. They should, but man, if I could go back, they season 5 chapter 1 for that. A lot of these stupid kids, they came in way after that. You're a goat if you remember playing season 5 chapter. You're just a goat. You are a goat. On the same line of thinking, you have season 7, only 2 seasons after. This is the season I stopped playing. So I know a little bit about it. You brought in the planes. It was okay, I guess. People were really starting to get sweatier, I feel like, in this season. Enough time had really passed where it's like, okay, there's a defined line. There's a line drawn in the sand where it's like, you're either a builder or you're not. You're either winning games because you're building, or you're losing games because you don't know how to. You had Ice King, who is a really cool character. Some people call the GOAT, but not my GOAT, personally. And I'm going to put this in under a rock. I think a lot of people glaze season 7. And I don't understand why when you had season 5 right there. Did it way fucking better. Way better. Can't believe, season 7 wasn't even that good. It was good, but it's 5. Where's the love for season 5? Next, you have the Gizmondo, which is a little handheld device that came out in like the early mid 2000s. It was like a third party, I don't know, gaming system you could play shit on, but it quickly got taken down. But some people might know as just poor sales, but there's a deeper hidden story here that I just learned about not too long, and it has ties to the Swedish mafia. They didn't fuck around on the Gizmondo, and just because of that, I think knowing about the Gizmondo is ball knowledge. You know what I mean? It surpasses its nicheness like Takanaka does, because you can bring up the Swedish mafia story, and people are like, "Oh shit!" Like you know that. You can be like, "I know that," and that there's something special in being able to say that I know. There's really something special. Next, you have Bears quarterback Young Bussy, and before you look him up, make sure you have an E before the Y on Bussy, because if not, you're gonna get some shit that's gonna put you on an FBI watch list like I did, and that's just not good for my game here in the house. And this is why you shouldn't vote me out of Big Brother. Anyways, Young Bussy is from like the 40s. Like World War II was happening while he was fucking chucking out balls. And man, he's not something to write home about. He went 13 for 40, right? Not great. 5 of them were touchdowns though, of the 13 that he made. That's actually really impressive. It was like 380 something yards. Okay, that's also pretty impressive. 3 interceptions, that makes so much fucking sense. In fact, I'm surprised he doesn't have more. It just seems like he was slinging the ball out, praying to God that Hitler would die and that somebody would catch his fucking ball when he threw it. And most of the time, they wouldn't. But he was right about Hitler dying. Probably. anyways, I think Young Bussy is just going to be like average knowledge. And I think it's just because of his nicheness. Not a lot of people I think know about Young Bussy. And if they do, I think they've actually said it in the other context and not for the Bears quarterback. So I think that he gets outweighed by the other Bussy that is there. Next is Maze in the Dark Forest by Black Hill. I've listened to this album, so I can't rate it. I don't know it. If anybody does know it, you know what to do. Next, we have Murder by Death, which is another thing I haven't seen, but it seems like it's like an airplane gun type beat, but I haven't seen it, so I can't fairly rate it, unfortunately. Then we have Schlatt's real name. What is it? Can you confidently tell me? Jared? Is it Jonathan? Johnny? Mirio Davids? I don't know. We all know what Jared Schlatt's real name. And because of that, I think it's under a rock. I think it's on the same thing as saying Sniper Get Down to Ludwig. Because as we all know, Jay Schlatt and Ludwig are just the same content creator, but split, and then one had plastic surgery, and one has money. So next we have Mitten Squad, who someone that I'm actually not too familiar with. Whenever I watch like Fallout, then I watch Jabba, and I still put him on. I didn't really know Mitten Squad. I know he passed away, unfortunately. And I've read some stuff on it, but I don't know Mitten Squad well enough to really be able to rate him on this. So I'm gonna put him in the I don't know because I can't really rate it. But you know the gig line. Next, we have Big Fish Theory by Vince Staples, and I think that this is a knower of balls. Vince Staples is a pretty dang good artist. And I think if you bring up any of them, I think if you bring up any of his albums, you're gonna get a ball status. I think you're gonna have to dig a little deeper to really get elite ball knowledge. Next, we have the Nokia Engage game packaging. This is gonna go in I don't know. I never had a Nokia Engage. I didn't know what a Nokia Engage was. I actually looked this up. The packaging is cool, but I don't know it, and I can't say if this is ball knowledge or not. I don't know how other people think. And you know what? While we're here, just say the same thing about Hungry Night. I don't know what Hungry Night is. And then next, have the Lincoln Highway, and maybe the GOAT of the highway system. I mean, it spans from New York City to San Francisco. It did at one point, like the early 1910, like World War One happening. But I mean, that's just awesome. Imagine saying that you drive from New York to San Francisco on one road, and you back and forth, make it back cross country highway. You can't tell me that the Lincoln Highway is not the fucking GOAT. It's elite ball knowledge. How many of you have driven on the Lincoln Highway? You probably haven't. But if you pull this shit up, you'd be like, man, yeah, this guy knows some fucking ball. Lincoln Highway goes so hard, and I'm tired of acting like he doesn't. It pisses me. Next, we have Pac-Man Party, and this was a game for the Wii and the 3DS. You know, it's like Mario Party, but with Pac-Man. And I was really bad at this game. I was really bad. But I think this is kind of average knowledge. No. Yeah, average. Pac-Man's big enough where I feel like enough people have heard about it. And if you bring this up, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I played Pac-Man Party." But I don't know if anyone's there's a diehard. And the next we have Old Man Consequences from FNAF World, and he speaks into people. I was playing 7 Days to End with You, and in that game there's symbols, and one of them looks like Old Man Consequences. And Cam pulled this out, and I was like, "Wow, that's awesome!" Pulling out a reference like that is awesome, and it made me realize that I have to step up my game with what I pull out. So Old Man Consequences is an amazing thing to pull. I mean, let me set the scene for you, right? You're on your first date, you're nervous, you're chatting with your date, him, her, they, and you pull out Old Man Consequences, and they go, "What?" Their jaw drops. They can't believe you know Old Man Consequences like they know Old Man Consequences from FNAF World. You're like, yes, it is Old Man Consequences. You're married the next day, snap of a finger. Before you can even get married, before you even leave the dinner table, their dad comes over, puts a hand on your shoulder. Son, what? Son? What? Already at that status with him. Already at the sunset. Old Man Consequences does you wonders. That's why he's going in ball knowledge. A little too niche to be an elite ball, and I can't possibly give FNAF elite ball knowledge. Not in my heart of hearts could I ever put anything FNAF in elite. But Old Man Consequences I think is about as high as FNAF could ever go. Then we have Pulcinella from Overlord. I don't know. I haven't seen Overlord. It's on my watch list. I want to get around to it, but unfortunately not today. Then we have Gerber Life Throw Up Plan. Gerber Insurance. If you were watching cartoons as a kid, I think most of us were. But I mean, I know some people around my area weren't. Like crazy, right? Anyways, you probably saw Gerber, and you were probably thinking, man, I don't give a fucking shit about Gerber because I just want to watch my show. And I think enough of us have seen Gerber and know what Gerber is, and can picture in our head that stupid fucking baby icon image that they used, and how he didn't care about their life insurance. Put this as not a no. Everybody knows about Gerber. I mean, you can bring up Gerber and be like, oh, right, yeah, Gerber. Yeah, fuck Gerber. Fuck you for ruining my show. Then we have Megan Fox from Transformers, and I'm gonna put this in a tier, and then I'll explain. I think this is under a rock. I feel like we all know about Megan Fox, how she was hot, how she was an awakening for a lot of people, being like, oh, people can be attractive, right? But I feel like enough of us have said that and know that, where this isn't all knowledge anymore. Everyone knows about this. There's so many reels and TikToks that you can find of this ball knowledge thing. Be like, oh, bring up Megan Fox, where she's just not ball knowledge anymore. Next, we have the first thing you bought with your own money. You think about your first job. If you were a job, think about getting your first check. You have your own money, right? Separate from having your parents buy anything for you or giving you money. You worked for that money from probably a shitty job, a convenience store or something, most likely. And then you go somewhere and you buy something. Maybe it's a drink, maybe it's a gaming console, maybe it's a game, maybe it's some clothes, maybe it's a phone, an accessory, and anything. And feel about how good you felt. Think about how good you felt when you bought that, and this is truly yours. There's nothing else attached to it except for you. There's no asterisks on, oh, this person bought it. It's you bought it with your money, and I think that's a nowhere a ball thing because at some point in our lives, I think 99% of us have to, and 99% of us have probably bought something with that. But I think this is a feeling that not many people really think about consciously. It's kind of a subconscious thing. You bring this up later, you're like, oh yeah, no, that was a pretty cool thing to do. Our penultimate ball knowledge item concept thing is M&M Beach Party. And this is different than Pac-Man Party. Surprise to any of those. And you would play as an M&M, you would walk around a beach, you would talk the other M&Ms, and then you do like mini games like volleyball or like throwing stupid fucking ring. This game was really hard, and I didn't win a single mini game ever. They had the AI cracked out as hell, and as a kid, I couldn't compete, and I hated playing this game. And every time I'd boot it up, I would be so fucking mad by the end of it because these stupid fucking M&Ms are better than me at everything. They're dumb, and I hate them for that. I haven't heard too many people bring up Eminem's Beach Party. When I brought it up, I've gotten some good looks. So I'm also gonna put this in the nowhere of ball because I don't think it's ball knowledge. If you look at everything else on that tier, Skechers, Fortnite Season 5, Gizmondo, Old Man Consequences, well, I'm actually gonna put at the top of it. I just don't think it competes. Just don't think it's on the same level. But when you compare it to the Paycheck, to Vince Staples, to Atlantic Craft, to Butterbean Jr., Foursquare, to Unshelled Peanuts, it just feels right to put it in that tier. And then finally, we have playing zombies alone. Think about playing zombies as a kid and trying to muster up the courage to play zombies alone. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it for 10, 15 minutes. Like I'm gonna do it. When I've got a gun. The zombies don't have a gun, and I can kill them. It's just a video game. I'll be fine. It's just zombies. It's just a video game. You finally boot it up. The screen's loading. You see it. You're like you're not shaking, but there's fear within you, fear in your eyes. Even though you've been saying all these things, you know that the zombies are gonna get you eventually. You know that you can't not get got by the zombie, but you're giving it your best effort. Load into the map, and you kill all the zombies you can. Start getting into a little bit of a groove. You start boarding up all the zombies. You're like, I gotta board the windows. I can't let them get me before I can't let them get there. Then you realize, fuck, it doesn't matter. They're coming out of the ground anyways. Shit, the dogs are here. These dogs are fast. You get through the dogs. Zombies start getting stronger. You realize I can't board these windows anymore. There's too many zombies. You get better weapons. You pack a punch maybe. You're not making it past round 15 on town on Black Ops. And on Kino, do you know the Easter egg steps? Do you even know how to do everything? Can you get power on without a tutorial? Have you looked up a tutorial? Do you know anything that's going on? Anyways, playing zombies alone, I think is going to be average now. I've seen this take a lot as being elite ball knowledge, and because I've seen it so much and time again, and I realize so many of us have done this, I think it's just average knowledge. I think it's just average. Because we've all gone through this. It's just not this great thing like Unshelled Peanuts. Anyways, that's going to be it for the tier list. let me know in the comments if you think I am stupid and should know ball then. Let me know anything that I don't know tier I think they should go relatively to everything else that I have there. Let me know things that you thought we missed to put in this tier list, and maybe I'll do another one. Because we can only get so much ball within one video. And maybe if this does well enough, maybe I'll actually do another ball tier list, or maybe something else along tier listing wise, but we'll just have to wait and see. Made it all the way to the end. And not subscribe and maybe like the video. Tell somebody that you love them. I'm sure they'd love to hear. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye bye.